The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café.
Welcome to this episode of Pit Life BBQ. Gather round the pit with your hosts, Johnny Maggs and Greg the Barbecue Broker DiGiorgio. Let's talk barbecue.
What's up, everybody? Coming to you live from the Studio 21 Podcast Café in Salem, New Hampshire.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Pit Life BBQ Podcast, where we talk everything barbecue and a lot of other topics that you normally talk around the pit. As always, I'm joined by the Barbecue Broker.
Hi.
Hi, brother.
What's up, dude?
Same old, same old?
Oh, yeah. It's good.
Absolutely.
Life is good. These weeks do fly by. I know I say it every week,
It
but
goes quick.
It's ridiculous. Next thing I know, it's like, boom, Monday night, and I'm like, whoa. Going live again tomorrow. Let's go.
It comes quick, and this week's been absolutely crazy with the move and all this.
How has the move been?
I pulled something in my back on Sunday.
Did you?
Yeah.
If you need any help lifting
table.
anything, just...
What do you need? You need a backiotomy now?
I got some people you can call.
It's not bad. I can still function, but something definitely let loose on Sunday. I got this giant square pub table, granite kitchen table.
Okay.
And my buddy Rick could only make one trip, so we had done the washer, dryer, and all that, the freezer, all that stuff. So we got it into my truck, and he had to go. Yeah, no problem, whatever, no problem. The mattress, the box springs, and that. As I'm driving up, I'm like, how the hell am I going to get this out of the damn truck and into the house?
Lift with the knees.
Lucky. I don't have knees.
The problem
is I don't have knees. But I was able to drive the truck around back till we got a little porch on where the dining room is, and I was able to finagle it, and it's in the house.
Moving's the worst.
It's
terrible. The worst.
It's terrible. I got in, everybody I've talked to, I've given 100% credit to my wife. She has been an absolute savage during this move. 2-3 trips a day on top of whatever I've been taking. And
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a lot. But once you settle, there's no better feeling.
Oh, absolutely.
Think about that.
Oh, dude, I'm going to tell you right now.
You already seen the lake in the background.
I was sitting there yesterday on the ride home. I'm all pissed off. I'm tired. I'm just aggravated. I just want to be done. As soon as I pulled in, calm.
Goose fraba.
That whole lake life, beautiful thing. Oh.
And the kettle, and then was there water in the background? Like through the woods? Can I see water?
Yep.
What?
Right across the street's the lake.
You fish there and everything?
Loch Lake.
Loch Ness?
Yeah.
That's really
fishing there,
I believe in
the whole nine.
That's unbelievable, dude.
But tell me about this little chuck roast I saw a few pictures of.
It's just a little chuck roast. Here I am. Like, I always like to skip the easy stuff and go right to the hard things. I've done countless briskets, but never done this little baby chuck roast. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't have a good answer. But
Poor man's burn ends.
Dude, it was so good. If you closed your eyes and took a bite, you would have thought it was like chopped brisket. I'm not even kidding. It was really, really good.
Really good cut.
I already went out and got another one.
Oh, you have to.
We're doing one Thursday. So I did the upside down vortex method with the minion method around it.
Yeah.
And that deflected the heat. And the thing went for 7 hours. I put some oak every 6 inches. It went for 7 solid hours. We're about 275. Never had to touch the whole day.
Beautiful. Once you get them dialed in, you can do whatever you want.
It was pretty cool. And I have the egg and the offset. And the offset's obviously the most work. And the egg is minimal. And the kettle is minimal if you do it right. I loved it. I'm happy. Nice. I'm part of the kettle club now.
Baby, welcome to the club. Consider yourself a friend of ours.
Ah, yes, a friend of ours.
A friend of ours.
Not mine.
For ours.
So guess who's here today? Oh, wait, who's here today?
Today, making his second appearance on the show from the Blackstone Boys, CMac himself, Craig McPherson. Brother, what's up?
What's up, man?
What's going on, boys?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I feel a little special today. I'm kind of in rare air on a multiple invites to Pit Life BBQ. Now, I got a lot of catching up to do to Greg, who's now, co-host, and Sean Hopkins and a few other people, but I appreciate you guys. Usually when somebody asks me on one of these type of things, that's pretty much it. I never get to come back. So I appreciate you guys not 86ing me quite yet.
Oh, that'll never happen, brother. That'll never happen.
No way.
But it is kind of a special episode.
It really is.
Because we have a large event coming up. Not this coming weekend, the weekend after the 30th.
Yep, not Memorial Day, but
of
2 weeks.
The 2020 Ribberfest, which you throw every year. Mm-hmm. But we got a slightly different version of it this year.
I've always heard the whispers about Ribberfest.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm really excited to be a part of it. And we're both part of it. Did you do it last year?
I didn't. I didn't find out till late and with working at the post office. I got to work on Saturdays.
And even more excited to be sitting with this gentleman right now who's going to tell us all about it.
Yeah. Well, listen. So first, I got to. Before I throw it back to you, I do want to congratulate you on the new house. That was beautiful. And you may or may not know this, but my wife's family, they have a lake house on Lake Wentworth in Wolfboro.
Wolfboro, yep.
So I might have to take a little detour off of 16 and come on over and visit you on one of those trips up there this summer.
The door's always open, brother. Absolutely. I'm very familiar with the Wolfboro area.
That's where my wife is from.
That's where your wife is from. My cousins have cottages right on the Wolfboro-Tuftonboro line, right on Tuftonboro Neck.
Yep.
The Cove on Winnipesaukee, they call it.
Mm-hmm. Sewell Road. Sewell Road is one of the roads.
It's one of the ones, yeah.
Beautiful country up there,
Yep.
So congrats, man. It looks, I saw that picture of you having the Weber going right away, and that looks like good living, baby.
Absolutely.
Water in the background.
But I do have a quick shot across your bow from a certain Daddy Dutch from Daddy Dutch Barbecue that he's a little disappointed that the winner of Season 1's Battle of the Kitchens isn't good enough for Ribberfest.
Ooh, wow. Well,
statement, right?
Listen, Dutch, Kent, I may have to work you in somehow. Listen, you're the man. When I was putting together this agenda, just like almost everything that I do, I probably bit off a little bit more than I can chew, as you'll see in a second if we kind of go through the day. But Kent, we'll talk. We'll figure it out, baby.
Absolutely, yeah. This is going to be an absolute blast. But Craig, let's start by anybody who wasn't familiar with the first time you were on. Who is CMac? What is the Blackstone Boys? How'd you get into barbecuing? And especially, you're not originally from this area.
Yeah.
You're West Coast originally. So let's get the rundown before we get into Ribberfest.
Yeah, absolutely. So born and raised in the Bay Area, a little bit south of San Francisco, about 30 minutes south. Went to school there, played basketball in college, played overseas. And really, that's kind of where the grilling and the barbecuing all started. I happened to play with a bunch of guys in college that all were into barbecue as well. So, when we weren't in school, we weren't on basketball road trips, we were cooking. Not always knew exactly what the hell we were doing, but, we had a good time. And those are some of my lifelong friends. And frankly, some of the guys that kind of started this whole Ribberfest with me. But, born and raised there, we moved out. My wife is from Massachusetts, and big family, half of them back in the West Coast, half of them out here. And I kind of got the itch again to pick up and see somewhere new. And it just made all the sense of the world for us to come out here so she could be close to her mom, who's up in Wolfboro, as we talked about. She's got some other siblings out here. So, 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago to the day, we we packed up the family truckster and did the cross-country move. And we live in Amesbury right here. Our house is literally right on the border of Mass and New Hampshire. Out a little bit in the sticks. We're bordered by farms. I love it. And the last 3 years have been fantastic. And about a year and a half ago or so, I added a Blackstone griddle to my cooking repertoire. And I have a few friends out here that had them first, and I had been looking at them, and they had so much fun with them. I had to get one. And since then, just in our little town here, in our group of friends, we've got about 24 Blackstones within our group, just here in Amesbury.
No kidding.
So, after about 15 beers one day and cooking, we decided that we'd form our little group and call us the Blackstone Boys. And listen, we still love to barbecue and grill and smoke. But for those of you that are into griddling, it's a whole different thing, right? You're your own short order cook, and just a lot of fun. And so, this is Ribberfest has always been about smoking and so forth, not really griddling, but that whole Blackstone Boys, that's kind of where that came from. And by the way, all those guys that are in Blackstone, they're all my Ribberfest cooks too now.
So how many people do you have in that group?
They like to do a little bit of everything.
How many folks in that group now, would you say, in your Blackstone Boys group?
Oh, geez. Well, I just got a text today that another one of the buddies that lives right up the street from me just got his first, got a 28-inch. So I think we've got at least a couple of dozen, and most of us have more than one. We've got, 22 to take with us and do cooks out on the beach or wherever. And that's actually kind of how it started. We love, now it makes it a little bit hard right now, but we love to get as many of us together and bring our Blackstones out. We did a camping trip last year, and we had 11 Blackstones going at one time. Got a little video up on the YouTube channel where we started a hamburger patty on one and then flipped it all the way down the line. And by the time it got to the 11th Blackstone, it was fully cooked. So
that's pretty cool.
Oh, it was awesome.
Fun. It's all about getting together with your friends and family and having a good time, right?
I mean, it's just another vessel too to cook on, and we all love cooking, whether it's barbecue or not. I mean, essentially it's cooking. We're all cooking.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And you can complement your barbecue, with some griddled food.
Yeah. Well, speaking of cooking, I'm going off the rail here for a quick second.
Yeah.
Am I not mistaken? You did, a former guest and going to be another future guest, our friend Bobby Marcotte from Tuckaway Tavern and Hop and Grind, and he's been on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and Guys Grocery Games, 2-time winner. Not a big deal. You, if I'm not mistaken, you were able to jump in on that pack he had put together from the Guys virtual games. Was it the Ninja?
The Karate Pig.
The
baby.
Karate Pig. Tell me about that cook.
So I'll tell you what, and I saw Bobby join. Hopefully he's still on there. I'll tell you, big props to Bobby and the folks at Hop and Grind and Tuckaway Tavern. First of all, not only those places are fantastic, but he's doing some awesome things during this whole COVID shutdown pandemic, right?
He hasn't stopped.
Yeah, and Guy Fieri from Triple D, right, is doing his takeout edition, which is basically he'll get 3 or 4 chefs that has been on his show before, and they will decide what they're going to send Guy, one of their signature dishes, and they'll ship it out to him, and Guy actually cooks it on his show with the chefs being on a Zoom call like this. I said, that's a really cool idea. And Bobby took it a step further and made about 100 packs, the same pack that he sent out to Guy, available to the public. And it was his Karate Pig burger from Hop and Grind, which I had never had before. But I'll tell you, it was very cool. Comes in the tuck away box, right? And it's got literally everything that you need to cook it with the exception of your cooker, right? And that's up to you how you're going to cook it. But the patties, I think there were 6 of the pork patties already mixed with the spices and veg already in it. Little containers of the soy glaze. There was another sauce, even down to chopped cilantro in a little container, and it was a blast. So yeah, cooked that up on the Blackstone. They were fantastic. And by the way, I just got an email that I am tomorrow will be delivered his bison box, which has got
nice.
bison tips and a bunch of other stuff. So excited to get that too.
Awesome. Yeah, Bobby's awesome. I love Bobby. He does a lot of great things for the community. Great, obviously in the restaurant industry also. During this whole thing, he has not stopped. He hasn't wavered. He had to change a couple things because of, supply and demand. Right. So, he had to change a couple of the things, but not get away from the quality he stands by.
Got it.
So he's not going just to buy meat that is a lesser of what, Tuckaway and Hops and Grind sell. He is sticking right to his guns, and sticking with the quality. That's awesome. And he hasn't stopped. He hasn't wavered from it. And I had joked with him on one thing. I go, I think we need a Johnny Mag's burger. He goes, we'll talk.
I'd buy it.
So will I. I'm going to figure out a good one. But
that's the one that gives you a broken knee and a bad back.
No,
that's the one. It's a heavy-headed burger for sure.
Maybe I won't eat it. So this Ribberfest, you had started. Basically, it started in NorCal.
Yeah,
it's only been 3 years
my
here
buddies
now?
that I was telling you about, we kind of started about. I think this year will be officially our 16th year. Wow. Just 2 or 3 of us cooking in my backyard for friends and family, and I don't know, maybe that first year if there were 12, 14 people there, that's probably it. And again, after a few beers, we said, you know what, next year we ought to invite more people and do a little cook-off. So it kind of gained some steam, and by about the 3rd or 4th year, we had somewhere between 8 and 12 teams or cooks cooking. We decided to start kind of mixing it up and doing themes. So this year for Ribberfest, we're doing a Texas theme, beef, salt and pepper rub, all that cowboy hats.
I might have trouble finding one of those.
Back in California.
City boy. I don't have cowboy hats.
Trust me, I know. I stumbled on the perfect place where we can get them.
Chris Crawford's.
He's got one.
Chris Crawford's closet.
No.
He's got multiple ones.
The Tractor Supply store up by my house. We stopped in the other day. They had a whole rack of cowboy hats.
Man. Sorry to interrupt. We got in the cowboy hat.
No. Yeah, no, perfect. But we did everything from, we did like a Jimmy Buffett theme, right? So, parrot heads and stuff all over. And everybody gets into the themes. That's cool. Did a Latin theme, so all the food was kind of Latin flavors. And one of my buddies, Dave Klatch, who has been my official sous chef, Ribberfest sous chef for years, kind of surprised me. And not only him and his girlfriend flew up from Southern California to be there that day, but somehow he hired a mariachi band. I had no idea, and right before the judging, through my side gate, playing their guitars, comes a full-on mariachi band who stayed there and played for people for about half an hour. So that kind of gives you the flavor of what Ribberfest has been. This is not I always tell people, especially the new chefs that I recruit, this is not KCBS. This is not hardcore. It's a fun party with a little bit of competition mixed in. And yes, people do take it seriously, and I have judges. But at the end of the day, it's all about, feeding people and having a good time and meeting new people. I'll tell you, I've been out here for 3 years. Last year, we had over 200 people here in the backyard. We had about a dozen teams.
Wow.
And some of them I only met maybe once, if not that, friends to friends. So you guys know this, and that's one of the things that I love about the barbecue and grilling community is that, they're there for you. They're friendly. They're, as long as you're rolling smoke, you're good, right? Yeah. And so that's kind of what this has become.
100%.
Nice. So this year we're going with the virtual realm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of everything that's going on. So how is that gonna run? I know you have different things segmented, and we'll get to that with the list of everybody that's going to be featured. But
yeah. So listen, we always have it the weekend after Memorial Day weekend, right? Memorial Day weekend, traditionally people are all over the place, and it's just never a good weekend to schedule a big party. So always schedule it the Saturday after Memorial Day weekend. And so as we were getting closer and closer, it kind of became perfectly obvious that I wasn't going to be able to get away with having a few hundred people in my backyard. So it was either cancel it, hopefully at the end of the summer, maybe we can do it. Or I said, well, maybe we can make the best of this.
Or keep the smoke rolling.
That's it.
Yeah. Listen,
sure.
Greg, you guys do it on New England Pitmasters, right? The last couple of Saturday, Sundays, doing a virtual cook.
It's been 7 weeks now, if you can believe it.
Yeah,
7 weeks.
That long?
And honestly, I don't think it's going to be as bad. Like if you just did this virtual, cookout thing, and there was no COVID and, just kind of out of nowhere, maybe it wouldn't be as great. But now everyone's using Zoom. Everyone's, kind of used to the whole video thing. And I think that it's going to go damn well, to be honest with you, because people are just used to using it right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of the new norm for now and for a while, probably.
Oh, yeah. This is going to become the new norm, I think.
So I think it's going to be still mad fun. I think people are going to tune
this is
in.
going to be, it's going to be an absolute blast.
It's going to be amazing.
Well, listen, here's what I'm getting out of it, too. Ribberfest for me every year, my wife will tell you, is like Christmas for me. I get excited. My friends give me a hard time because I'll start sending out, the logo about the, New Year's Day. I'll design the logo and start getting it out 6 months ahead of time. So a lot of this is for me too. But what it does is Ribberfest has traditionally been kind of a private event, right? It's grown. And, we don't say no to people who want to come and friends of friends or whatever. But, this, again, and as everybody's trying to do their best for social distancing and everything, and even in states that are starting to open up, it gives people an opportunity to kind of tap into what we're doing, and maybe they take it back and kind of do something of their own. But I think it'll be fun. My wife's very nervous, by the way, that because we've kind of opened it up to the world, per se, that next year, she's going to find about 3,000 people in our backyard for the actual Ribberfest.
Sounds like it's big enough. So
we'll deal with that when it comes.
Sounds like you have a huge backyard to fit even 200 people in there. I couldn't fit 20 people in my backyard in Wakefield.
well, Greg, listen, from growing up in the heart of the Silicon Valley in the Bay Area, and trying to fit about 100 people in my little postage stamp backyard. Yep. We do have a little bit more elbow room here and can fit a lot of people, but I don't know if it'll be 2,000 or 3,000. So,
so we're going. You said you're rolling with a Texas theme, so the salt and pepper, garlic. Texas flavors. So you have compiled a list of participants, and it's a definitely a who's who of YouTube, podcast, local. Mm-hmm. So who do we got rolling in on this?
All right, so just a couple of things. So when you say participants, my goal is really to have everybody participate. So that's why we've been sharing it to the NEP site and Amesbury Cooks and everything else. What I would love to see happen is if you're home on Saturday, the 30th, and you love to barbecue, you love to cook, even if you don't have a cowboy hat on, even if you've got a pork shoulder, I don't care. Join us. Post pictures of your cook on the CMac Ribberfest BBQ Cookoff page. We want everybody or videos. We want everybody participating, right?
Yeah.
That being said, I do have a list of guys that I was able to secure to join me in a setting like this, right? Although I won't be in my office, I'll be out on the deck. Hopefully, we'll have good weather. But I wanted to get a group of guys that I respect, that are knowledgeable and active in the barbecue community. So I couldn't find any of those guys. So I got a list of some other guys that I don't know. I found on the wall of the post office. So can I go over the list?
Absolutely, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is kind of how. So if you want to join us, guys, join anytime during the day on our Facebook page. We've got a schedule, and this is kind of how the day is going to go. Traditionally, even though this isn't on the schedule, traditionally the last couple of years on Ribberfest morning, once everything's set up, I'll go out and get a coffee, and I've done what's called barbecue creeping. And this is what I like about New England versus California, by the way. In California, I couldn't do this because every backyard is fenced in, right?
Wait, are you talking about, let me just be clear here.
Yes.
You say you go barbecue creeping, but are you really doing what I think you're doing, which is a barbecue term that some of us know during competitions called shigging? Are you shigging?
Well, so
you know what shigging is, right?
No. Oh, I know what shigging is.
You kind of creeping people.
He's literally
what they're doing, what the styles they're doing, or kind of what techniques they're using.
He literally creeps. He sneaks into people's backyards.
Are you creeping?
Creeping. I like it.
Greg, that's great. And I'm familiar with shigging too. So it's not as much shigging because, for the record, I always cook at Ribberfest, but I never compete. Because I'm also the one, my wife and I will count the votes and everything.
Got it.
So in order to stay fully above board, I could care less what anybody cooks. I just have a good time. So my barbecue creeping is, I know where my guys in town are. I know where their smokers are. And I will take the Jeep out in the morning and I'll go Facebook Living and creep around to their backyard and take a little peek in the smoker and see what's going on. So there will be some of that going on, probably 8 in the morning or something. And then when we get to our actual agenda, I'm going to kick it off at 11 in the morning Eastern time. Okay. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, talking about what we're going to be doing through the day, what Ribberfest is all about. I'm also going to have some of my New England Ribberfest guys that have cooked over the last couple of years join, talk about their experiences. So we've got something every hour on the hour. So that'll be the first hour. At noon, we've got Mags, your old co-host, Messy Mike. He's going to join and talk about what he's cooking, and Mike cooked last year at Ribberfest, so he can kind of tell a little bit about what he saw, what it was all about. Now, at 1 o'clock, you got to be there at 1 o'clock. You know why you got to be there at 1 o'clock, Max?
What's going on there?
Tell me, Craig. Tell me.
All right, because the boys from New England Pitmasters, including the dude on your right, is going to be there.
That would be you.
So, Greg, Chris, Kevin are all going to be. I believe, Greg, everybody's going to be cooking over your house. Is that what's going on? Or
hold on before you say a word. I also have I get around.
Do you?
I have some inside information on what you're cooking. Yeah. I got the 411.
No.
Yeah, I might have had a little birdie on the phone last night.
I'll only share if Craig shares what he's cooking, and even though he's not competing, I want to know what he's cooking too. But I'll share.
Go ahead.
You want to know?
Oh, I already know, and I'm excited about it.
Charlie Windsor from our page, one of our members, was gracious enough. How am I trying to say?
Gracious
enough to purchase a 20-pound prime packer for us as a gift. for us to cook. And I don't even think he knew about Ribberfest at the time. He just said, I'm going to donate this thing to you guys. And we said, well, guess when we can cook this beast? the night before Ribberfest. So the boys are coming over my little postage stamp of 0.118 acres in Wakefield. And we're going to set up with our socially distanced 1 to 2 man tents.
Don't give me the social distance stuff, because this is the smallest 6 feet I've ever fucking seen.
And by the way, my mom is so mad that we're sitting so close. So, Mom, if you're watching, I love you, and I'm sorry, Mom. I'm obviously an Italian mama's boy, and
nothing wrong with that.
But we just can't sit further apart than this. Sorry, Mom. Anyway, so yeah, we got a 20-pound monster brisket, and I'm actually smoking the day before the boys come. I'm going to throw in a brisket, a small little 3.5-pound brisket point that I have, because I'm going to need some of those leftovers to make Texas Twinkies.
Oh, there you go.
It's a Texas theme.
Oh, you have to.
I'm making Texas Twinkies. It's happening. But we need some leftover brisket, and I'm really not going to have that, because even though we're cooking a 20-pounder, it's going to be done after the fact. I need it before the fact for appetizers. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Texas Twinkies in the house. Huge brisket.
See, this is why, Greg, you got the hair on the back of my neck standing up. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that excites me, because now we're doing it, virtually, but this is the same kind of stuff that's gone on for the last 16 years.
Yeah. As
we ramp up, especially that 2 weeks before Ribberfest. There's email chains, there's text message threads going on. I'm cooking. Oh, wait till you see what. I love it. Love it, dude. 20-pound. A
20-pound packer. It's going to be awesome. We'll probably just wait to do that cut. We'll have it timed out, so we'll be ready to slice right on 115, 120. We'll cut into that bad boy and just let it drip all over the phone.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be pretty damn funny.
All right, so
the phones are waterproof, but are they brisket juice proof?
We're going to find out for sure. All right, so that's the 1 o'clock slot.
Okay.
Very exciting.
Moving on.
Slot.
That's
so
an exciting
at 2 o'clock, if I'm still coherent by then, we've got a friend of yours, Sean Hoppy Hopkins, joining, and Sean will give everybody the update on his new restaurant here in Amesbury that is soon to open, and Sean will be coming, I think, with really good news, because Mags is getting close, baby. He's getting close.
Barbecue restaurant?
Hoppy's Cantina.
Ah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
So he's got the 1 o'clock slot at 2 o'clock. He's got a 2 o'clock slot at 3 o'clock. We've got Captain Ron, who is part of Team Green for Big Green Egg.
Yes.
And by the way, if you don't follow Captain Ron on Instagram, on his Big Green Egg South Florida page, Ron throws down. Not only a really, really nice guy, but puts together some beautiful, beautiful food.
Nice. So he's sponsored by Green Egg? He's on the Green Egg team?
Yeah.
Kidding.
He's one of their influencers on Team Green.
Very cool.
And so Ron will be joining us at 4 o'clock. Mm-hmm. If he doesn't blow out a knee, a back, an elbow, something else.
I think I might.
The one and only Johnny Mags, and I'm excited because I'll get to turn the tables and actually, interview Mags and see, be jealous because he'll be sitting out there by the lake and, cooking away and probably a fishing pole in or something.
Absolutely. I'm excited.
That's what are you cooking, my man?
Well, I did some real deep thought on this because I figured someone was Texas style. Someone's definitely going to do a brisket.
Figured everyone
There's going to be some beef ribs. Ooh. There's going to be some regular pork ribs. Ooh. There'll be, all types of
Texas style pork
staples.
Ribs. No sauce.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I figured I'm going to go a little different. And my good friend, Chef Johnny Stewart, of Texas-style barbecue and cuisine out of Lytle, Texas, gave me a little inspiration the other day. So I am going with definitely, I think, chicken and possibly beef, if I can get it, enchiladas.
Oh.
Do them up on the Blackstone, then finish them off with the sauces on the kettle.
Oh.
I figured the enchiladas would be a little different.
That sounds
Definitely
Really
still
good.
Texas-based,
Yeah.
but not the norm.
Well, it could be
Texas.
more like barbacoa-ish, which is South
Tex-Mex
Texas.
type
Tex-Mex,
thing, yep.
right? Kind of go. That's still Texas.
So Mags, even though you haven't done it before, you're fitting right in because this is one of the things that we loved about Ribberfest. The first couple of years when it was really small, we named it Ribberfest because it was going to be an all-rib competition, right? And then after a couple of years, we said, yeah, it's kind of boring. And we really opened it up to, yes, we did our themes, but we opened it up to any kind of meat. So, at some Ribberfest, you'll get, chicken competing with, brisket and I mean, the whole realm. So to me, that's what makes it fun. It's all about the creativity, right? Because again, I love ribs, but if I got 12 teams, 15 teams cooking ribs, that's a lot of ribs. Mm-hmm. It's nice to have a big old plate of ribs and brisket and pulled pork and some chicken and, whatever else. So you guys are already dialed in with the Texas Twinkies, with the enchiladas, all that kind of stuff. I think it's fun.
It's going to be good. And I have Wagyu beef cheeks that are supposed to be sent to me within the next week. If I get those, I might do a little barbacoa myself. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. Maybe. We'll see how the night before goes.
That's right.
I'm going to be with the boys.
Oh, yeah,
There might be some drinking.
There might be a couple sociables getting thrown around. That's all right. So we now move on to the 5 o'clock
5 o'clock slot.
Yep.
And so I think that's a perfect segue, Mag. So you said you're going to start on the Blackstone. At 5 o'clock, we've got Mr. Blackstone himself. The Hungry Hussy is going to join us.
Well, Matt is
Hussey.
joining.
And, what a lot of people may not know about Matt, because he's so popular on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram on the Blackstone, he's just like the rest of us, right? He's a long-time smoker. And so he's got his big green egg and everything else. So super psyched to have Matt on. Super nice guy. So he's at the 5 o'clock slot. And then at 6 o'clock, shooting all the way back over the West Coast from Cooking with CJ, CJ's Q.
That dude can throw down.
At this point, he might have 6 or 7 more channels. I'm not sure. I lost track.
Yeah.
But CJ, another guy who is just a online legend, if you ask me. He was nice enough for me, who was fledgling in the whole online and social media stuff, on his show a couple months back. CJ, because he's out on the West Coast and in San Diego, he's going to join us at 6 o'clock and talk about all the stuff that he's got going on. And then we're going to wrap it up at 7 o'clock. Again, if I can still talk at that point, it'll be a small miracle. But we're going to wrap it up with some of my other boys from the Bay Area. Hopefully get my boy Darren Underwood, Brian Moody, Jeff Foreman, all these guys that really were there from day one and
the OGs
have 15 years of Ribberfest under their.
These are the OGs we're talking about. He said the OGs.
And talking about what they, what they did for the day and kind of some of their favorite memories of Ribberfest.
Cool.
Nice.
And then at that point, when that's done, I hopefully will have time to eat. I might just pass out right up on my deck after what is that? 8 hours of 8 or 9 hours in a row of hosting. So
I'm guessing I might have a sleepover for 2 nights in a row. I don't know if the boys would be ready to drive home the next day after hanging out all day watching everybody.
These things happen.
It'll be a long day, but it'll be a fun day. I really appreciate you guys. Joining the festivities, and again, for anybody out there that's watching us or watching this podcast, join us. Post some pictures, post some videos through the day, even leading up to it. It's CMac Ribberfest BBQ Cookoff page on Facebook. But we'll be streaming, by the way. We'll be live streaming all those slots and all those guests, both on the Ribberfest page as well as my Blackstone Boys YouTube channel. So you can see on both. If you got any questions, throw those in the chat, and we'll just have some fun with it. But again, I'm excited for all the guests, but hopefully, again, those that aren't on the guest list will also post what they got going on and kind of blow it up and have some fun with it.
I mean, whoever posts what they got going on, they might not be part of it this year, but if you like what you see on those posts, they may be invited to the in-person next year.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, if you're not in it this year, then I know of another handful that could easily be in it, post some stuff. The next year we'll all be in your backyard.
Yeah. So, anybody out there, hop on that, get all the information on how you can sign in, join the festivities.
Yep.
It'll definitely be a great time. Craig, thank you, brother, for taking some time out and going over this year's festivities.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Mags, Craig, again, appreciate the time today, and man, a little over a week and a half or so. It's going to be a blast.
It's already creeping up. It's gonna fly
It'll
by.
be here before we know
As
it.
we know, these weeks fly by.
That's for
Especially doing
sure.
these shows. So next week we'll be here, getting all jazzed up for it, even more than we are now.
Absolutely.
Like you said, it's like Christmas Eve the night before.
All right.
All
right, Craig.
Thanks, Craig.
Other than the Ribberfest page, where can everybody catch you social media wise?
Oh, geez. We got the Blackstone Boys YouTube channel. We got Blackstone Boys on Facebook and Instagram. We got the Ribberfest page. Those are probably the big ones.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
Well,
dude.
once again, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Thanks, CMac.
Looking forward to this. This is going to be a good time.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Thanks again, Craig.
Well, that's it for this week, folks. We'd like to thank you all for joining us. Catch the audio wherever podcasts are found. Catch the video on Facebook and YouTube. On YouTube, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Have a whole catalog of episodes right there at your fingertips.
Oh, yeah.
On social media, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Pit Life BBQ. Also, New England Pitmasters.
/groups, Facebook /groups / New England Pitmasters on Facebook, New England Pitmasters BBQ on Instagram, and the _barbecue broker on Instagram as well.
Also, New England Pitmasters on YouTube, Johnny Mags Barbecue on YouTube.
We try to hit all the platforms. Any questions and comments, please send them to pitlifebbqpodcast@gmail.com. And like always, folks, please subscribe, like, rate, and review. Hit that share button. You guys are great. The numbers keep going up, and Love you guys, man.
we love you guys for it. But until next week, keep the smoke rolling.
Attention, cigar smokers, or even friends of a cigar smoker. If you're looking to relax with a nice premium cigar or looking for a great gift for a cigar smoker, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Our friends at twoguyscigars.com have created the Cigar of the Month Club. For just $24.99 per month, you or your friend will receive 4 different premium handmade cigars every month, and shipping and handling is included. Go to twoguyscigars.com. That's the number 2, guyscigars.com, and go to the Cigar of the Month Club. You can stop anytime because there's no contract, but you won't because this is a tremendous deal for our listeners. Go to twoguyscigars.com. That's the number 2, guyscigars.com, and click the Cigar of the Month Club. At the same time, if you want to learn about the cigars you receive each month, you can smoke along with them on their own podcast called The Cigar Authority. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a nice premium cigar from our friends at twoguyscigars.com.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.